doing it subconsciously. I'm like, also change the headphone input so I don't spend 20 minutes trying to figure out why I'm not hearing anything.
Oh God, that's my worst, man. Especially with the amount that I switch shit up in this studio. It's insane how many times I'm like, oh fuck, that's right. I used to have that plugged in. Now I've got to actually set it up for that. Oh,
Yeah,
such a pain.
yeah.
How is everybody doing?
What's our title? What's our
in.
title this week? I always start ranting about something, not factoring in at all what the fuck the live is advertised as.
Christmas consumerism is here, baby.
Oh yeah.
That's the title today. I took a look at my.
Oh God, dude, today. Okay, so Black Friday you would think would be the most psychotic. This year it's like like today was stupid. Today there's probably 73 or 74 things between beginning of day and end of day that all had to be like loaded in and correct.
Yeah, and a lot of people look at Black Friday as being the start. It's really not. It's the weekend. It's the kind of the middle of the week after Cyber Monday where things really start to kick into high gear. Because once December hits, everybody's like, "Oh, we gotta buy stuff for Christmas." Beresford missed the Black Friday stream. That's
it's all good.
Because there was nothing I wanted.
We're not very good at like it was like what, like the week before, and we're like, oh yeah, we should do that, shouldn't we? like there was like no warning, so don't feel bad. I feel like a lot of people missed that stream. Plus, it was at a weird time.
Well, yeah, I was also. By the way, we'll talk about how sick I got.
Oh yeah.
Gear Junkie said, haven't really seen shit for Guitar Gear sales. Shameful. The SM57 was 50% off at $89.99.
You know what would be really cool if it was 57% off.
Well, that's not 50% off. $89.99 is not 50% off.
No, that's like maybe 10% off.
like that is disgusting.
Well, even like last week, maybe we could just
Bye, Sean. By the way, bye, Sean.
Bye, Sean. Maybe we could recap quickly some of our just overall findings from Black Friday. I found most of the deals were terrible. Like most of them were like, oh, here's $20 off a $700 item. Wow. You know, like,
right.
I ended up pulling the trigger on a new TV because surprisingly there were actually some good TV deals. Not a big TV, just like a TV for the bedroom.
Yeah.
And then the Fab Filter, I pulled the trigger on a Fab Filter bundle. Because like I sent you the video, man. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
That's
I did.
fucked up, right? Like, like Fab Filter. Honestly, to anyone on the stream, and now I've used Pro Q3 for a while. That's the only plugin because that's the one that everybody in the industry raves about, and I've got every other major plugin. So I said, fuck it, I'll spend whatever it was, like $200 on Pro Q3, and then I start coming across all the Fab Filter reverb is fucking amazing, and all these other. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get a bundle, and it does not disappoint. If you're looking for just good, all rounder like processing plugins, Fab Filter is the shit.
Well, how much did you spend, if you mind my asking?
Everything was 25% off because Black Friday. I think I bought like a $600 bundle, which included a lot, actually. Included most of their catalog. It was like the tier below their total bundle or whatever, which is like $1,000. But no, I've been using their compressor. Their compressor is gorgeous. I've been using Volcano, which is that filter plugin that I showed you, to do like MIDI instruments using a MIDI controller to control the filter center frequency. Like, what the fuck? Cool. So, yeah.
I start to feel guilty this time of year.
Because you bought a bunch of shit for yourself, and now you're like, ah.
No. The biggest issue I run into is this channel. The central theme for review channels is buy, right? Like I make money when people who view my videos buy the product.
Buy it.
I make money when people, I make money when people watch the video. And you look at tech YouTube, and tech YouTube right now is literally, I will sell you shit on a stick if it means you'll go and buy it with my link. That's essentially what tech YouTube is doing right now. And it makes me feel super dirty. And I think this is the time you're like, yes, I do want to make money. I 100% want people to come to this channel, get a recommendation, go, fuck, I need that in my life. Yes, I'll buy it. And I want them to make that decision based on what they need, rather than like just once, right? I don't want you to go out and spend your last $100 just because I said everyone should have an SM58. That's not exactly.
I have a YouTube question.
What's
and
that?
This is because I have never run a channel that's monetized. I have no idea how any of that works in depth. Does Google sort of rate or price themselves out for you in CPM? Like, is that your rate as a content creator per monetization rate? Is that measured in CPM, or what is that measured in?
There's RPM, there's CPM.
Are they sort of measuring? Like, are they saying we'll give you X number of dollars per 1,000 views?
Yes,
okay.
And it changes month to month.
Okay.
And it's based on, so January is my worst month. January will hit, and then I'll make very little money for the same amount of views that I made in December. The ramp up for CPM kicks off late September, early October, and it has ebbs and flows to it. Like, it goes in and out, but then all of a sudden, Black Friday hits and CPM goes up, RPM goes up, everything goes up, because from a tech perspective, this is the time where YouTube realizes people are going to YouTube to find out.
Yeah, everybody's researching. Yeah.
And like, I've had like my Amazon Associates account has gone nuts for the past 4 days, just because people are like, okay, purchase time, and the amount of purchases it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
It makes sense. Even guys like, Sweetwater, right? What's his face? Mitch Gallagher, that does all their videos. Like, you go to Sweetwater to research a product and you watch a Mitch Gallagher video. Where's that video being hosted? Fucking YouTube. So like,
yep.
and that's also factoring in. Like, even when I went on Dan Worrell, who's like an amazing audio engineer YouTuber, is the official like product video guy for FabFilter. So when I was on their website watching a video, and that video I sent you, this on fucking YouTube once again. So yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're in tech and you're researching, chances are you're gonna end up giving a YouTuber money at some point inadvertently.
Yeah. Well, and like, I don't mind the concept of supporting YouTubers through their affiliates link and watching videos. I think that's a good system, because I've had videos. My Rodecaster Pro video was probably 35 hours invested into doing that. So I spent 35 hours of work time, which is almost a full week of full-time work on that video. Yeah. So the idea that I'm going to get some money off of it isn't a bad idea. That's not bad whatsoever. I'm creating free content for people to come watch. So if you want to support, that's a great way. This time of year, though, it leaves me feeling dirty. Every video I have under the microscope, I don't want to be the one that pushes people into purchases. In fact, Monday's video is an anti-purchase video for that reason. I have such guilt complex around people using me around Christmas time to justify a purchase that they don't need. And I think that kills me.
I sort of
Miss Ravioli.
I want to touch on that, and I think this stream is a good opportunity to talk about that, the anti-purchase thing. So I want to add to that in like agreeing with that idea. So I was on Gear Source X Gear Sluts last night, reading about different new optimizations that people are posting about Pro Tools. And I'm on there, and a guy's posting that Pro Tools crashes a lot. And of course, as has been the case forever on Gear Space,
you can call
Gear
it Gear
Sluts.
Sluts.
That's what it's been forever. So it's recent. I'm training myself. But I want to, and of course, everyone's just being a fucking asshole about it. Everyone's just being a dick to this guy who's just, we just want, and the first guy posts, and this is the one and only Gear Space post I have ever commented on, by the way. I have never, I made an account to tell all these people to fuck off. Like, that's commitment. But, so the first guy came on, and he was like, wow, Pro Tools doesn't crash if it's, if you're getting issues, it's always a result of user error. And I'm like, spoken like a true disgruntled asshole. And then the second guy comments, and he goes, Pro Tools runs perfectly fine unless you don't know anything about setting up computers.
Oh. And
so I commented, I said, I work for, from a technical perspective, Canada's leading radio broadcasting company. We're doing things with hardware, IT, networking, automation softwares that no other company in the world is doing right now. And our IT guys can't figure out how the fuck to stop Pro Tools from crashing. Okay? And let me tell you, these guys know a thing or two about how to configure a computer, especially for wonky software. So that's not fair. And I said, here's the thing. Yes, there are some things about Pro Tools that aren't a thing with other. For example, if you have Pro Tools, you're supposed to sort of have that as a standalone machine. You're not supposed to have email or Office or anything else on there. But here's the deal. If you're getting started in music and audio and you're trying to get your foot in the door, you don't have the bandwidth to have a whole computer dedicated to just Pro Tools. But when you're starting out, you can afford to have a crash every once in a while. That's the trade-off, right?
Yeah.
So are you going to get perfect, rock-solid stability? No. And unfortunately, people are like, wow, Pro Tools doesn't crash. It doesn't have crashing issues. Oh, fuck yes, it does. I use it every goddamn day on a $5,000 workstation, and it still is like, every once in a while. I don't mind it because I like the software. It's my wheelhouse, so I continue to put up with, one crash every couple of weeks. Not a big deal.
It might be Mac users talking out of their ass too, because Pro Tools works on Mac, right?
It does. Yeah, it crashes. It still crashes.
Does it still crash on Mac?
I haven't used, since Avid rewrote the back end of Pro Tools, since we went from the DigiDesign audio engine to the Avid audio engine, I haven't used it on a Mac, so I'm not sure Pro Tools 10, 11, 12 and above, how they are, but I got DAE errors all the fucking time on my MacBook Pro.
Yeah, but yeah.
So all this to say is, if somebody sits there who's obviously working for probably a multi-million-dollar studio as a novice or a project studio owner, and they're saying you're a fucking idiot because you're not doing this, and this, which is going to cost you hours of time in research and thousands of dollars, tell them to go fuck themselves. Because as you grow in your career and you start making more money, your need for critical infrastructure increases. When you're starting out and you're editing a podcast or two, you can afford to, I got to go back to the last autosave because, you can afford that. That's not a big deal. But obviously, when you're a bigger production house, you got more money.
Yeah.
So this, again, just goes back into the... Don't buy stuff because some asshole online who has more money than they need says, well, if you're not using a TLM 103, you're a fucking idiot. It's you can use a P120 or even a XM 8500, and you could record a hit record on those things.
It's funny. So I'm actually going to ask you. I'm not going to give you the answer because this is coming on Monday's video. So Monday's video is all about the top 5 artists that have released massive pieces of entertainment, music, using the cheapest gear possible. So the question I have is, do you know what song was recorded with an actual stem from GarageBand?
Yes. It's a Rihanna song. I know this. Yes, I read about this. I fucking read about this, but I don't remember the name of the song, but I know it's a Rihanna song.
I'm not going to tell you, but I put them side by side, and they actually used the included drum stem from GarageBand. Yeah. It's the Funk Kit 03.
And let's remember, to anyone who's not a Mac person, GarageBand is a free DAW that comes with every Mac computer.
It's absolutely insane. By the way, 9 people in, very few people chatting. Hi, Ms. Ravioli.
That's because I'm on my fucking soapbox.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Anyways, so that's why I have an anti-consumer, an anti-purchase, an anti-Christmas video coming Monday, because this is kind of my cleansing. This is my the penance I'm going to pay for having a channel that promotes purchasing products.
Here's the thing.
And I think that's...
this is probably the wrong time to say this because it's a week and a half too late. But if you're on Black Friday and you want to spend money on a piece of equipment that is going to carry you well into the future, invest in courses. Put that money into yourself. You are the equipment that you should... If you're a voicer or a producer, use that money to hone your chops.
Yeah,
Go invest in a course. Go get coaching from someone, you know, who's in the industry. Like that is something that will take you a lot further than buying, you know, a $500 or $600 microphone just because everybody says so.
Right? CF Wheezy's in the house, man. Long time no see, CF Wheezy.
We've the CF Wheezy's name's actually come up a few times on the streams recently, I feel like.
Yeah, we've a couple weeks ago. Bangs, Festivus Iring of Grievance Time. CF, I'm still alive. Cheers, brother. I think we're friends on Facebook still, so I believe you still come by on my feed every once in a while, brother. So I keep tabs on you. Yes, grievance time. Grievances. Actually, and speaking of grievances, this is the other thing. And when I say, like, I take a great deal of care during the Christmas season to not promote a lot of stuff for the sake of promotion. I like to do videos that I kind of want to do. Stuff that, like, I've always wanted. This mic that I've got coming up in a couple weeks, the Synco Mic D2. This is a fascinating one because this was one of the first requests I had for a microphone when I reached out to a company and said, I would love to do that. And they basically told me to go to hell. And then they reached out to me late last week or this week and said, hey, would you like a Synco Mic D2? And I was like, yes. And then I'm like, wait, didn't they have a controversy a little while back? Didn't they have like something happened? So I reached out on Discord. Turns out, yes, they had a pay for a review scandal. So they were paying people for reviews on Amazon, which somebody brought up was one of Bandrew's old videos where he outed them because it happened within his community. And I was kind of stuck. I'm like, do I review? I'm going to review it. I think that's the thing. But I'm also in the review, which I know is going to piss Synco off. I'm going to talk about the scandal. And as part of the purchase, like, do you want to purchase this? Are you willing to shop at the Walmart of microphones? Like, that's literally what this is. At the same time, that's the microphone I'm using right now, is Synco D2. And I do have to say, it's frighteningly close to the MKH416. I won't give it away because what I'm going to be doing for this video, which will be not this Monday coming up, but the Monday after, I'm going to do a blind taste test for this because I did that kind of goofing around with the Rode NTG3, but this thing, when you plug it in and you put them side by side, there's differences. You can tell that if you have a good ear for mids, you'll be able to pick up the difference between this and MKH416. Otherwise, and the high shelf is different as well. But considering how fucking cheap this microphone is, this is a hell of a microphone.
Well, even the Stellar X2 that you gave me, like, that's freaky. That's a freaky little piece.
Right? They are like the U47. It's the U47. I'll basically no, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's a completely different microphone.
It's a great mic. Okay, I'll be honest. I've never heard, like raw anyway, I've never heard a U47 in real life. So I've heard it processed and mastered in an album, but I've never actually sat in a room with an actual operating U47. So they can make that claim, and I can't validate it at all. But
how much would it cost for you to come across a U47? If you were to buy
a real,
U47?
like, period Neumann U47. Well, the problem is there's a couple of problems. One is people that have them obviously don't want to give them up because they're so sought after and protected. The second thing is any of them that aren't in a museum somewhere. What? Are you looking at like a recreation model? Because I know Telefunken has a recreation U47 and it's
This is an actual U47 with a number and everything.
I'm gonna say 50.
You are nailing it. 50 grand for a U47.
Yeah, that is about right. Because the replicas are about 12 grand.
There is one for 26,000.
And the thing is that's 50 grand. Like, you better prove to me that the specialized tube in there that they don't make anymore is still working. Because if I buy a fucking U47 and it's DOA, I'm coming after you.
I wonder if you can get the tubes, because you could probably get aftermarket for the tubes. It wouldn't be the same. Don't get me wrong.
It's a completely different. I forget. It's like there's a V in the name, but it's a specialized tube that hasn't been made for like 50 years.
Oh, man.
So like, yeah.
That'll make you cry. The tube's worth probably 10 grand itself.
Oh, well, I know there are companies in Europe that little specialist operations that have started making replicas. But if you want a true period U-47, that's still in a good enough condition to actually get you audio quality. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is. Bang says, reminder, New York State restrictions on expression take effect tomorrow.
I don't know what that means. Can you tell me what that means?
Nope.
I don't. Out of the loop.
I am very unplugged, man. I am so unplugged since not doing the morning show. It ain't even funny.
Well, I'm usually dialed into like major. I'm assuming this is a major state thing because normal state politics I don't tend to care too much about. But federal politics I'll pay attention to some degree.
Yeah, I think I saw something on it and I skimmed by, but I'm sure Bangs will fill us in a few seconds.
Here's hoping.
CF Wheezy, oof, that doesn't go well for companies. Yeah, this whole Cinco thing was pretty bad. I'd forgotten about it, which I think sometimes it's good to not and to keep companies honest and accountable. I do have to say, I do know a few creators that have done reviews on the Cinco Mic D2, and it does bring into question the validity of reviews when you see stuff like
Cheers.
that. Oh,
TechMed.
TechMed. Thanks, brother. I don't have a beer. I'm going out for dinner soon, so I promise I will drink a beer in honor of that $10 or €10. Thank you very much. But don't you feel that way when you see a company embroiled in like a purchase for review scandal, that it makes every piece of content around that microphone make you wonder?
Yeah, it just shades all of it. Yeah.
So I'm planning with this. I'm sharing, and I will be sharing in the video, an actual physical, like showing the emails between myself and Cinco, just for that reason. Like them asking me to do it. I said, sure. They said, we'll send it to you. What's your address? I sent them my address, and they said, have fun. When is it going to come out? And that's all the communication we had. And I'm going to be really curious to see what they say about the video. Because while I say it does sound fantastic, there's going to be a lot in that video they're not going to like. So we'll see. There have been a few ad companies that have had issues lately. Yeah. Trying to get that foot up on sales, especially around Christmas. And I know why Cinco sent me the microphone, is they want to have presents before Christmas. And they're not getting their video until mid-December. So it's not going to be up for a long period of time. And I don't exactly command a ton of views right off the start. So this thing's not even going to pick up steam until after Christmas. So it made me feel a little bit better about it. And I might actually delay it a week just to get it a little closer. So it's not, my view isn't going to have an impact on people's buying habits. Suggestions for dark microphones. This is Hades19. My friends love the sound of my SM7B and want a similar dark tone without the price. Initially, I thought of SM58 or Dynacaster with the bass boost. Thoughts? The Dynacaster can be a darker mic with the bass boost, and it's not super harsh. There's not a lot, though, that you're going to be able to really get that's dark without being muddy. Even the SM7B's a little muddy.
I was going to say, speaking of which, what did you think of that Finch spot I sent you earlier today? That was fantastic. The SM7B, man, it still shines. You got to know how to treat the poor girl, but she still shines.
And it's funny because there's so many people. I've gotten the comments today about how I really don't like the sound of the SM7B. It sounds like garbage. It's like, you have no idea. The sound of the SM7B isn't what comes out of the SM7B raw. The sound of the SM7B is what you get when you work it. There's not a single rough frequency on that fucking microphone. I just, so yeah, a Dynacaster is not bad. You will find the Dynacaster does get muddy, and that'll be the problem if you're looking for a dark mic. However, and I will say this, the new, the Blue Sona is dark as fuck. It's ridiculously dark. It's muddy, but if you want a dark mic, the Logitech Blue Sona is a good microphone for that. And it is cheaper than the SM7B, at least by a little bit. So it's kind of, I think it's a little more expensive than the Dynacaster. So those two options will suit you fine if you really, really want that muddiness to make you sound all boomy and shit. Shrimp. I love how Shrimp keeps changing his name. Shrimp the Psyop.
He's trying to fuck us up. He's trying to fuck us up.
How's it going, Shrimp Boy? I guess Shrimp Boy would be considered an insult in some circles, wouldn't it?
Shrimper.
So, yeah, how's everybody else dealing with the whole Christmas season? I do know we have some anti-consumerist.
What? Hades 19. Have we addressed that comment? I don't think we have.
The dark microphone?
Suggestions for dark. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just doing that.
I was just gonna. I thought you were, but I forgot how we started that whole rant about the SM7.
Yeah, you're just ignoring me again. Yeah.
Ribbon
mic,
man.
Yeah, ribbon.
Ribbon mic. If you want a dark mic that doesn't sound like like you don't have to artificially make it dark. Ribbon mics like a Royer R12, or like, you know, you could get a more expensive model, but yeah, ribbon.
The Royer R12's even. The ART AR5.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty
Well,
dark too.
it was dark, but Jesus, the noise on that freaking thing.
They're all of them.
Well,
all of them.
But
all of the ribbon.
No, if you've got a good preamp, like if you've got a cloud lifter, you're gonna get along way better, because that's the problem. A lot of the cheap ribbon mics, the filament is fine, like the actual ribbon part of itself is fine, but the integrated inline preamp is shitty. It's not like cloud lifter quality. Now, obviously, if you get a cloud ribbon mic that's active, it's going to have basically a cloud lifter in it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
In fact, that's why Cloud made the cloud lifter, was to amp up ribbon mics.
I love this. Shrimp. Beresford is too ill to go buying beer. Go buy to the shop and buy beer. I feel it, brother. I got my own sick story coming up in a second. Shrimp, I do love this. Hades, cheers, brother. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. Hey, anything we can do. Shrimp, I love this. My psyop is the solo music title, plus a girl I like may have said she liked the psyop name, so I may have made all my profiles have psyop in it. We've all been there, brother. Shoot your shot, man. Shoot your shot. Gear Junkie, any experience with an MXR ribbon? Supposed to be okay for under 100 used. Thoughts?
Yes. I have used them. They sound okay. Yeah, they're nothing super special, but for the price, I think they sound all right. In fact, I would probably recommend one of those over the Art AR5, actually.
Okay. I'm starting to with SE. He's just anxious to send me microphones. I'm like, okay. He wants to start working on ribbons with us. But I want to figure out something fun to do with the ribbon mic. I don't want to just like, this is a ribbon mic. This is what it sounds like. I want to have some fun with it.
See how close you can get to the kick drum without it popping.
He'd love that. Wow. Okay, everyone's coming in now. All right, we got to get in on this here. Bangs, I invested my Christmas funds with FTX. It'll be amazing Christmas when I cash out next week.
Nice.
Hopefully. I have no idea what that means, but TechMed says Bear Dynamic.
An investment.
Yeah, Bear Dynamic M130 or M160. I believe for dark mic, yes. I believe so. Sneed, the SM7B is marred by the shitty preamps most people put on it. 100% agree.
And just people just think, oh, set it and forget it. It's like, no, man, you got to have a chain of stuff. And yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit to get there, but like, yeah, I voice stuff on this all the time.
Yeah, I mean, a decent EQ profile, and that's most of it.
Yep.
TechMed, and I love the Earthworks ethos. I really want to get an Earthworks ethos.
I kind of want to just get an Earthworks anything. Like, there's a lot of stuff actually in their catalog that's kind of neat.
It's just, I don't need the microphone.
No, yeah, well,
I don't know what I'm gonna. I'm gonna spend 600 Canadian dollars on a mic, and I'm just gonna put it on a shelf. Ugh, that hurts. I do want them though. Wait till I get big enough. I need to have 100,000 subs before Earthworks will send me any mics. So come on, guys.
I mean, at least they were pretty
100,000.
upfront about that.
No, I'm okay with that. But I mean, they have to expect that I just won't buy their products. Sneed. Oh, Gear Junkie says, thanks, wanting to move into a ribbon. Yeah, I really want to play with ribbons more. I really want to do fun stuff with them. I don't just want to do regular old, this is a ribbon mic stuff. Sneed, I live stream voiceover and video call with my SM7B and everyone applauds the sound quality.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Same here.
You can do a lot with that thing. Gear Junkie, more to stupid ass curiosity and gear acquisition syndrome than actually fucking needing one. That's a ribbon mic. You know what? I said it back when I did the ART AR5 video. Everyone, like, if you're doing production, have a ribbon mic in your cabinet just to fuck around with and to have a different voice on something.
Yeah.
It's well worth it. Have as many voices as you can. I mean, yes, it's gear acquisition syndrome, but also that one time you're going to use it. It's the same reason I've got an H5. I use it twice a year, but damn, when I need it.
Oh, God, yeah.
So
those
good.
little recorders, man.
So good.
Holy shit.
Shrimp has a normal question for once. Okay. Are there mics which basically have a built-in level of compression? I feel like I've heard about this, but I'm not sure.
I mean, there's sort of acoustic compression that is naturally present in it depends on the resonance of the materials of whatever is capturing it. So, in some cases, the width of a filament in a capacitor mic or a condenser mic would impact its resonances and areas where it might not have a perfectly linear SPL to dB conversion. Yeah. I just went really nerd there.
There is, you went nerd. That's okay. You're allowed to go nerd. There's also the Revelator. I know the PreSonus Revelator mic has that, but it's in software. So yes, kind of. There are also USB microphones that do have
a lot
compression
of, and a full suite of processing in some cases.
Yep. So there is kind of stuff like that, Shrimp. And I feel like that's kind of our future as we're going. I feel like we're going to have more processing in our chains than we really should have in the future. But yeah, I think it's coming. Sun Turtle Camper, never seen you before. I love the name. Voice changer for a puppet show that can be used. This is a great question. Dylan's uncomfortable now. Do puppets make you uncomfortable, Dylan?
No, not at all. Okay. I'm just trying to think of what would facilitate such a thing.
There's plugins. If you're actually like mic'd up for, obviously you're going to be if you're using a voice changer. You have voice changing effects in the Rodecaster Pro, the Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm pretty sure you can get voice changer stuff that you can put in line. I don't know if it'd be a VST.
So what I was going to say, the trick is also you have no free hands if you're doing a puppet show. So you need something that can be changed and triggered with either foot pedals.
Get a Metal Zone foot pedal. There you go.
Something, like, or again, there are pedal boards that you can get that are USB that can trigger plugins and stuff like that. So you may need something like that. That's be cool. A really interesting problem, actually.
First check mark. The first check mark in our conversations here. I know Bandrew comes in on one of his burner accounts. So I call them burner accounts. But he's got like 15 of them. Slumber Reads. I use an Earthworks Ethos. I love it. Welcome to the channel, Slumber Reads. I don't think I've seen you in a live stream before. I would have noticed the check mark. Welcome. And yes, I know I need an Earthworks Ethos. One of these days.
I'm new. What the fuck is the check mark? What does that mean?
Check mark me. They have 100,000 subs.
Oh, nice. Mazel tov.
Dan Foss can't chat eating breakfast. Breakfast? I guess it is breakfast somewhere. I eat breakfast all times of the day, though. I'm going for dinner. Going to Denny's for dinner. I'm going with Glenn. Can you tell?
Nice. Get to fucking Denny's.
Gear Junkie, good to blend with an SM57. I'm guessing Gear Junkie's talking about a ribbon. That's the other thing. I'm really getting into the whole blending idea with microphones and having more texture in audio.
Yeah, well, I mean, the classic is to blend a dynamic mic with a small, like with a pencil mic.
Yeah.
Because they kind of play off each other. Pencil mics don't have very rich low end, but really accurate highs, and often dynamics have really dull high ends, but very rich low ends.
Yeah. I'm really looking. I got the OC16. It's in the mail. The
Nice.
Austrian Audio OC16. She messaged me. She said it's in the mail and it's on the way. It took forever to get through the red tape for that. But I'm super excited. I'm hoping this is going to open up more possibilities for more Austrian Audio stuff. I want an OC818.
You know what? You can get your what was the mic?
OC16.
You can get your OC16 and put it on your OC White.
That's true. A lot of OC in that. It's interesting too because it's like a carbon copy of the C214. It's got a CK12 capsule. So instead of a C12 capsule, it's a CK12 capsule. So it's basically fuck AKG microphone. That's it. And I know that Austrian Audio came from AKG, and this is them basically recreating. But damn, the OC16 looks like the C214. The OC18 looks exactly like the C414. And the 818 just looks like its own thing. So I'm really curious to start digging into these mics, and I need to get the C414 to do some comparisons.
So to Joey Greenwood, yeah, Bangs is right. It's just the way that we have to pipe the video and audio through different places. We're always out of sync.
I'm wondering, am I super out of sync this week?
You actually should be kind of okay.
I haven't been the past couple of weeks though. The past couple of weeks I've been out of sync.
That's weird. Because you're just going like it's just your mic audio and your video going straight into OBS. In my case, it's the clean feed versus Discord that would cause me to be out of sync.
But, that's why.
What? Did you put delay plugin on?
That might actually fix things. I remember when we had, oh no, that's the delay. I should have, 1 second here, properties.
Oh, apparently you are fast. Like your audio is I guess ahead of the video, whereas my audio is slow. That's weird. So maybe your video is delayed somehow.
My sync-ins offset there. That should fix any delay I have. If I missed any of your, Sun Turtle Camper says the voice changer needs to work for multiple characters. Find yourself a pedal board.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why I said the pedal board thing. Because
if you want to
change it, you want to change between different characters, and also you want those characters to sound good. So you need a really good voice changer thing, and also, something controllable by your feet or
TechMed says the OC18 is a great mic. I like it better than the OG AKG. AA did some great stuff. Oh, wow.
Yowzers. I got respect for Austrian Audio. I think they're a good company. I also used to like AKG.
I've never touched their products. I've never touched...
Me neither.
Yeah, I would love to get more... experience with a lot of brands, but it's just not in my wheelhouse. It's not in my financial wheelhouse to be able to just go out and like slap down hundreds of dollars on a bunch of different mics or thousands of dollars. I still don't have a C414 because I've got the money to buy the C4. That's the funny thing. I can go purchase the C414 now. I can afford that from this studio. But what am I going to do with the C414? Put it on a shelf. Because the amount of mic work that I do is based on this channel and another channel that I'm starting out. And for those, I use the MKH416. Mm-hmm. So, I don't have a microphone in front of me anymore. Why am I buying a microphone unless I'm doing something for a specific project? I did buy... What the hell is the name of that? Oh, okay, I've got to look this up. I think we should all be very kind to any Austrian on an artistic venture. Shrimp, I love you, buddy. Amazon, there's going to be a lot of people that are happy about what I just purchased. Let me just say that. My orders, let's go. A Fifine XLR USB recording microphone.
A Fifine.
The Fifine. I have finally ordered a Fifine, or however you say that name. People have been bothering me. They're like, dude, you need to review this mic. And I'm like, I thought it was USB only. I'm pretty sure the precursor to this was a USB only. This one's USB XLR, so it doesn't break my no USB rules, which I am sticking to, by the way. Would have a friend helping with the sound, LOL. Sun Turtle, what sound, other than the latency, which between us on Discord and us going live, there's not much we can do about that, or having a friend in. I'm gonna have to take a look at what some of my settings are with my Focusrite, because that's what I'm using right now, the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. The latency on that shouldn't be too brutal, I can't imagine. And then the latency through Discord into OBS, it shouldn't be that bad. I have no idea. As for having a friend to help with the sound, I can't afford to have a friend help with the sound. This channel, I wish it made enough money to have a sound person while we're doing this. Fuck, we could be LTT there, Dylan. I'll be Linus. You be what's his name?
I don't know. I feel like it would be overkill. Like from a business perspective, like I don't want to have somebody on salary just to do what we're already kind of doing.
Right.
We need to adjust the chain maybe of what's happening, not necessarily like the problem on my end is that the delay of Clean Feed and the delay of Discord are different. Discord is probably more delayed, I would think, than Clean Feed.
If I were to run Discord as my main audio, so I don't run my mic audio, I just run the Discord audio, that would make us both be delayed to the same amount. Right?
Probably.
So, no, yes, we're using Discord for the video, Shrimp. Oh, sorry, it was the voice changer. Oh, okay. Yeah, having a friend helping with the sound for the voice changer would actually help. But I still stand by it. I can't afford to have somebody help me with the sound. It's a lot of people talking, and I'm like, trying to keep up. TechMed says...
There's a lot of people talking.
TechMed says they sent their OC18 back, or they sent their AKG back and kept the OC18. Now, the OC16 is basically the OC18 without any, without the ability to change polar patterns. So if that's the case...
Stop fucking confusing me.
I am going to really like the OC16, if that is the case. I'm no whiz with streaming, but I've heard horrible things about video streaming from Discord. Joey says, I just know that other people shoot this kind of content and don't have these problems. Still enjoying the conversation, though. We haven't had these problems until the last couple of weeks, man. I don't know what's happened between my settings. And we were actually talking about this at the beginning of this stream, where all of my settings get messed up every week because this laptop that I'm streaming off of is the same laptop that I unplug and plug everything, and I have different gear going through this laptop. I have so much crap drivers on this laptop. It's not even funny. I'm surprised it hasn't burned down yet. Hades, do you have any experience with the AT2040 or BP40? Yes, sir, I do. I hate both. I'm pretty sure the BP40 is you're referring to the Tascam. Is it the Tascam BP40?
Okay, I need you to do me a favor.
What?
I'm changing my mic path. Let me know if I'm too loud.
All right. I'll tell you.
Check.
You're only coming... Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah.
The BP40 is good. I'm thinking of a different one. The Audio-Technica BP40 is actually a decent sounding microphone. The AT2040 is a bit of trash. I did not like the AT2040. Some people disagree with me. I thought it was a money grab for just another microphone, just another broadcast microphone, for the same price that you can get an SM58 for. I thought it was kind of trash. It's weird. Oh, do you have a noise gate on that?
Yep.
There it is. Yeah. Weird. You're only coming through my left side. Just talk again.
Check.
Oh, no, you're coming through my left side, but you're going stereo through OBS, so that's good. Weird. Spectrum is gaslighting North America by slowly reducing the quality of their connection. That's interesting. I don't find our video connection sucks. However, it might be the delay through. Maybe we should find a better video host, Dylan. What do you think?
Yeah. Or like we're so anal about making sure that we have to use clean feed so our audio is pristine. Like I don't know. I wonder if just the audio of Discord, which would have been delay matched with the video, would be sufficient.
Next week, guys, we're gonna use the Discord audio with this stream, and we're gonna see exactly what happens. Okay. They say there's no delay now. Sneed says there's no delay. Because I'm going through this and I've implanted a delay into the audio feed, so I'm actively being delayed now, so it syncs up. Oh, weird.
I'm running through Pro Tools right now. Like this SM7's going through, coming back out a mixer, back into an interface. It's stupid.
Sun Turtle,
the feed right now is stupid.
Sun Turtle wants to know: do I put the audio into the camera? No. I put the camera plugged into my laptop with a really expensive Elgato Cam Link. And then I get my video source from the camera and I put the camera through the computer and then I sync that up with the audio. Now, there's something, according to Sneed, there's no delay. That might include me as well, which would be cool. Audio into the camera is the easy way to sync. Yes, it is. But this is not a camera that's going to be great for the audio. That's a big problem. This is a Canon T7i. If I had a better camera that had better ADDA converter, I would do that. But
honestly, ever since I got that little preamp that I showed you that you should actually review at some point, I'll give it to you. But it's the fact that I can record like really good quality into the camera is huge.
I could use the H5 too.
You could, but it still involves you having. Well, actually, you could just plug it in.
H5 into the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an option. But having something like that so that you eliminate that whole step in post of having to sync up all your video and audio, it does actually save you a good amount of time.
No, it's one click.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's one click. I literally scan, scroll over everything, and go click and synchronize.
Because you've gone from having to plug in one device in your computer to having to plug in two devices, managing one file to managing two files.
Oh, if for a live stream is different. Like a live stream, it would make more sense for me to have the H5 on top of my camera or plugged into my camera, feeding the audio into the camera, and then just take the camera audio and video and host with that. That would make more sense. Maybe I'll try that as well. We'll fuck around with it for Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'll play with a couple. TechMed says audio sync now. Yes, Joey, camera preamps are trash. They're absolute trash, especially on the cheaper stuff. You start moving up the stack to some of the full frames, the Sonys, even the Canons that are in the $2,000 to $3,000 range, you do get much better preamps on those.
Yeah, well, even on mine, like I've got a Nikon D7500, which I got for the 4K, but it's it's not a stupidly expensive body, and the preamps on it do kind of suck. They're noisy as fuck. But that little $100 Saramonic Smart Rig Plus that I got is an active inline preamp, so I don't have to rely on any gain from the camera. I can just completely switch that gain to zero and use the gain on my Saramonic, and that actually does a pretty good job. In fact, that's how I recorded the audio for when we did the music video for Hurt. My bits, the synced audio from the room and that was just recorded straight into the camera.
Nice. TechMed, the Vocaster also gives the option to feed camera directly parallel. I do like that about the Vocaster. I don't actually have the Vocaster. They only lent that to me. But I did like that. And there are ways you can do it with most. You can just use the output on your out on your interface and just feed it to the camera. It's not super special, but you could do it. Joey says the quality you're getting out of your T7i is impressive. Great lighting. That's actually the only thing you need for a 1080p camera. It's actually that close to me. Like it's an arm length away from me with 18 to 35 lens on it. Part of the quality that I'm getting is the lens. It's the Sigma Art 18 to 35. It's like $1,000 lens, which is fantastic. Super sharp. The camera itself, though, 1080, I'm getting a little old with. I think I might actually be upgrading after Christmas to a 4K main. And I'm also upgrading C-stands. I want a C-stand dedicated to microphones and lights.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that last week.
So I'm going to be dedicating a lot more stuff, and I'm going to be like filling out the studio as I build the secondary set. But yeah, it's amazing what you can do with a decent light and just a basic DSLR camera. It's really cool what you can do with it. The A10 Mini for multicam, I want one. The A10 Mini Pro, I really, really want one, but I only have one camera at the moment. So at the moment, probably not, but it's in future consideration. Yeah, Joey has a Sigma 18 to 35 f1.8. It is fantastic. I'm really looking forward to 1.8 with a full frame though. I want that buttery background. I want to be able to, especially as we move into doing more music, to move into doing videos with that blurry, that buttery background, the bokeh.
Oh yes, that bokeh. That bokeh. My f1.4, fuck, I love that. If it wasn't for the fact I'm on a crop camera.
And it's a 50.
Yeah.
It
ends up being like an 80.
Right? And the camera's like on the other side of the room and you're hoping it's getting that one angle. But it's so gorgeous.
So I still, like, for the music video, I had the camera in ridiculous places because I'm like, I don't give a shit how impractical this is. I need to use this lens.
But it was funny. I did the video I did for Hurt. I had great bokeh in that, mostly because of the low light performance of this Sigma f1.8. And I was getting great bokeh, and the camera was 1.5 feet away from me, dude. Like it's a wide angle lens, and it worked out really nice.
Yeah, I need a good wide because especially when you're in like smaller, tight quarters, you need some options.
That's why I'm looking like a 24 millimeter 1.8 on a full frame will give you the 1.4 effect of bokeh, because the full frame doesn't have the exponential 0.6. Or not the exponential, the 0.6 multiplier on it. And that is going to give you a nice buttery background on a 24. Don't get the A10 Mini Pro. The USB capture quality is trash. Oh, wow. It adds a lot of contrast to the image. Your Elgato Camlink 4K is much better. I've thought about actually purchasing the Elgato, it's the card for your computer. It has 4 inputs. I was actually considering that and just doing multi-cameras off of that with a dedicated streaming rig. I'm not at the point where I can afford a dedicated streaming rig and all that, because I mean, just the card itself is like $500. But that's kind of like future growth kind of fun stuff. Right now I'm using a laptop that also duals as a work laptop and other things. I had a 240p Barbie camera and it was awesome for $30. Used a serial connection.
Bangs.
I see. I have no idea how to respond to that. You should have done a review of that, though.
Yeah.
Ken, how's she going, buddy? You know what, Ken? You don't need. It's Christmas season.
Corner
brother.
guy here, love it. He just goes there right away. Walks in the room, goes straight to the corner immediately.
No, you don't have to go to the corner today, Ken.
No,
we love
not
your brother.
today. We're in the festive giving spirit,
right? So my sixth story.
We're like 2 days into December, and we're in the festive giving spirit.
Our tree is getting put up very soon, man. My wife's already on it. I think they're going to buy the tree. Nice. Anyways, so my sixth story, on Friday, we did the Black Friday live stream, and I was feeling it, like I was sniffling, I was coughing here and there, and I just woken up, and I was like, oh, crap. So Friday night, my daughter had a sleepover with her 4 friends. So I had 5 screaming young women in my house, and my wife got called to a birth, meaning I was alone and I'm like, I felt like shit. I was in trash mood, man. So I'm sitting in the basement shivering because I had a massive fever hit me at about 8 p.m. And these kids are like crawling all over the house. And I'm like, all right, you stay over there on that floor. I'm going to stay down here. We're not going to interact. You can have the run of the house. Don't burn it down. And I ordered them all pizza. And I literally, all I could do was sit in front of my computer shivering. That was the same day that the Minds of Madness podcast got a hold of me. I'm now editing for them. I edit their Patreon specials now, and then we're going to be moving towards me taking over more of their full-time stuff, of their main videos. And he sent it to me on Friday. He's like, how long do you think and I'm like, 24 hours. And I got through Friday. I didn't touch anything. All I did was watch videos. All Friday, I just sat at the computer just staring. And then it was probably Tuesday where I started to feel better, because I think it's part and parcel to the shot I got, the flu shot, because I only had one really bad day and then it got better. And I've heard that some people are getting knocked out for a full week from this. Now, I do still have the Jesus voice, the God voice. I can utilize the God voice from time to time because I'm still a little chesty, but I think I'm finally over it. I got that SE video out while dead ass sick. Like the SC DCM3 and DCM6, which by the way are fantastic mics. I was in garbage shape when I did those. And it just like, I'd put it off because I didn't know any of the specs on the mics. I was still asking him like, what's the release price? I didn't know all this information. And I was just like, fuck, I'll record the video later when I know all this information. And of course, like 5 days before the video's due, I got a fucking flu. I was not happy. Wow. Okay. We missed, get an old HP workstation. They're cheap and reliable. I'm a bit of a computer building snob. I would, but this laptop will run circles around an old HP workstation any day of the week. This is a 3070. What is this? The Ryzen. It's the latest gen Ryzen laptop, all that stuff. Nice. So yeah, until I can replace this with something better, it's just going to be the laptop for now. If you want an ATEM and need a multi-view output, get one of the Extreme models and use one of the HDMI outputs to feed your Elgato. That's a good idea too. Ken, the new SE mic you reviewed Monday is probably my next one, probably ×4 for a panel podcast I'm starting next year. Thanks, by the way. Yeah, that SE mic's fantastic. And I believe, I can't remember who was saying it. It might have been Bangs talking about the activator. The activator does give you a lot more. Yeah, just be careful with that activator. That's the best way I can put it. TechMed, 6-month membership. Cheers, brother. Good night from Germany now. I'll hit like button for this nice show. Yes, do hit that like button. Lots of love for that. Cheers, brother. The NyQuil kind of gave that away. Yeah, I can. Literally, one of my biggest problems I had Friday night when I had all these kids running around the house was, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm taking the NyQuil train. I'm just taking the NyQuil train and I'm crashing. Then I realized as it's like 10 o'clock and I'm like, oh shit, I've got a bunch of 10-year-olds in the house that if they burn the house down, I'm burning down with it. So I went and I talked to them like, yeah, you're fine. Took NyQuil. I was out in seconds. And I took NyQuil Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night. And Wednesday was the first day where I didn't feel like I needed NyQuil. And I can breathe through my nose now. Podcastage, member for 5 months. Don't just hit the like button. Smash the like button.
Nice.
He even used a 3 in hype. That means he's serious. When you use a number in place of a letter, that means you're dead serious. Cheers, podcastage. Thanks, Bandrew. I appreciate that, brother. What other companies do you get to work with? It's super cool, SE, and you have a partnership. I actually have a partnership with a lot of the companies. And it's kind of expanding more and more. Like I do work with Rode on their releases. I've worked with SE. I've worked with Zoom. I've worked with, countless. There's a few that I would love to reach out to and a few that have already told me they're not willing until I get bigger, which is fine as well. But it's constantly reaching out. It's a lot of like a lot of sending emails, a lot of like I actually just entered into a partnership with Avid this week. We don't know what that partnership's going to look like, but I had a meeting with Avid for their new Mbox Studio, so I can get it in studio and review it. And it's really cool to see how this stuff rolls out, because you sit down for a live meeting with them and you go through your numbers, you go through expectations and stuff like that, and then some companies like Cinco will just call you out of the blue and go, "Can we send you stuff?" Yeah. And yeah, sure. I mean, send it to my address. We're cool. And then other companies kind of you want to find a nice in between, for like maybe if they've got a really expensive product, and they kind of want the review, but they don't want to lose their shirt on it. They'll offer you the product for half price. So there's a bunch of different ways. It is really cool navigating it and kind of treating YouTube as a business rather than fun, because once the business aspect kicks in, a lot of things get really interesting on YouTube. It really does. And it's worth that couple years it takes to build your channel up to a business model. Anyways, Mr. Bandrew is here. If you don't hit the thumbs down twice, just to be sure. Yes, Dale, thank you for that. I appreciate your help in this matter, but I think you don't. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Don't touch the thumbs down. Yeah, anyways. Greetings, audio junkies. Lionheart Roar. Have we seen Lionheart Roar? Welcome to the stream. I don't think so. Like button smashed, hyped infinity. Mm-hmm. We now have more likes than we have concurrent viewers. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate that. Will Avid make you use Media Composer? Hell no.
Believe it or not, I still know two guys that swear by Media Composer. Like, here's the thing: if you are from like Gen X and you're in the film or TV business and you like learned your craft on like one of those old Steinbeck editing suites, like Media Composer is so intuitive to people that learned like that. But if you are like part of this generation, you went to school and you learned on like Premiere, like a more of a non-linear situation, then okay, well, yeah, the Media Composer is gonna suck. All depends on your background.
So I got my dinner dates. Like, where are you at? He's a big guy and he likes his food, so. Where the
hell are you?
I would love it if Avid wants to throw in a Pro Tools, maybe something. That'd be great. I'm gonna be talking to them on Tuesday. They're pretty hyped about it. So am I. And it's either going to be I get my AudioFuse Studio back from Dylan, and he gets the Mbox Pro or Mbox Studio, or I keep the Mbox Studio and Dylan keeps the AudioFuse Studio. So whatever works, we're both going to be kitted out with a decent interface. Were you still thinking about getting the Antelope system, the Orion?
I backburnered that one. Just this year obviously has gotten complicated.
Finances
on my end, finances, yeah.
Lionheart, thanks to channels like this, I've amassed a collection of 10 microphones. Keep going, brother. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. Anyways, Quantum, I got rejected by so many and given up and decided to buy what I need to instead. I had 0 mics and no one helped me. Now I have 20 plus. Yeah, you know what, Quantum? It's tough when you first start out. Like, I had a lot of borrow and return products that companies would just like, okay, but we need it back within the week. And I'm okay with that. I didn't have a problem returning stuff because I didn't really, outside of like when I started this channel and I had just the NT2A and a Scarlett interface, what else do you need to do stuff? When you're doing a microphone review channel, I'm not going to touch 90% of the stuff that's in my locker this year. But I've got it. Outside of dicking around and doing some fun stuff with microphones, all those mics are just sitting there, and I can't sell them because I've got to keep them for comparisons and stuff like that. So I love having a lot of mics, but realistically, what am I going to do with them all?
What am I going to do? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I gotta upgrade my stickers, Bandrew. I know. Let me get through these. I've actually got to go to dinner here, so let's everyone's talking to Bandrew. All right, this is Bandrew. Pride of ownership. There is a pride of ownership, man. There is a pride. Like when people come over and they look at my mic locker, which is starting to look pretty now. because I got those new shelves. Totally, by the way,
yeah.
totally ripping off Gerald Undone, his background for my new background.
Oh, yeah.
But my background's not big enough, so it's going to be slightly altered. But yeah, it's totally ripping off Gerald Undone. Can't buy and sell. Keep the ones that get loads of views and do long-term reviews. Make shorts and use on live streams. Yeah, I tried. Like at first, I was switching out microphones, but then I got the MK416. All of the ideas of having a microphone in front of my face now are gone. Like plug in the MKH416 and just
I love
go.
it. You and I are on polar opposite. I'm on the SM7 right now, which you got to get you got to practically eat the fucking thing to get a good sound out of it.
Do you want?
And you're on. You could be like way back here.
Do you want the Rode NTG3?
I have shotgun mics and pencil mics.
Okay.
I'm just laughing because at this moment, you and I are on completely opposite things.
Oh, it's just so much easier. Like talking head videos, I don't want a microphone in front of my face.
No, well, even this, I hate the visual of this thing jabbing me in the eye visually. Fuck.
Because reviews, obviously I'll have mics in front of my face, but if I'm doing a talking head, I'm going shotgun 100 times out of 100.
Oh yeah.
Fun fact: Banjo almost convinced me to buy the NW700. Glad I didn't. Beresford, ouch. Yeah, talking about Bangs. The new Rode Central app and firmware for WG3 has LUF settings for the transmitters. Saw that today. Pretty. I like that. I might pick up one of their new USB mics just to try it out. They didn't send them to me. They sent.
Sneed has an interesting idea.
You should do a channel auction to the highest bidder to members or subscribers. I would love to. I do find whenever there's I wanted to do was a giveaway for members, a monthly giveaway for members where during the live stream, the last Friday of every month, spin a wheel and that member gets a mic out or a mic from a distributor or a piece of gear from a distributor. And then other people were like, "No, don't do that, man. Don't give shit away." I'm like, well, I do know it creates toxicity on YouTube when you do giveaways. It gets real toxic real fast. But I kind of want to still do that, even if it means you're getting an XM8500 or you're getting
well, doesn't the platform penalize you when you try to do shit like that?
Only if you request it for subs. So you got to be subscribed. And no, if you're doing that crap, I don't care about that stuff. Do an auction. But auctions, I think, are going to be just as bad for toxicity. And that's kind of the one thing that I'm scared about is getting toxic behavior on this channel. I really want to keep it light. But I might maybe, instead of doing it live on YouTube, maybe in the Discord channel. By the way, we do have a Discord link down below. Hit us up and join the channel. It's good times. I do want to expand more of what I do with the members. And I know that starting the new year, I will be doing much like Bandrew does the video, the 1 a month video for members. I do want to do one of those just to fuck around and find out. Mostly doing stuff I do like what Bandrew does when he goes through the channel performance. That's actually a great idea. Some people how I'm doing this month. Nobody knows. Only I do. So I think stuff like that would be fun just to kind of give, I do have some amazing members that have been supporting me and their money is being cycled into buying new stuff. And I love them for that, but I do wish I could do a little bit more. So I think we might do that. Legal costs are horrible. We'll run giveaways and such, ruin giveaways. Yeah. And that's the thing. The other thing is shipping. I'll go broke shipping things to people. But then do I ask them to pay for the shipping for a $25 mic? Right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of issues with all of it. And I believe it's been Bangs that has been swaying me against it. And I kind of agree. If you buy a mic and you review it, it's unreliable because you're biased, because you're just copying and wasting your money. JK, LOL. Thanks, Bandrew. It's true though. There's a lot of I've been watching a lot of shit on how people the biases. So You know how easy it is at this time of year for me to give a positive review to something just to get you to go to Amazon and buy it. Yeah. Like the idea of like, there's so many reasons why you should be careful about your reviewers. It would be easy for me to go, Cinco Mic D2, man. It's only X amount of dollars. Amazon link below. If you don't have this mic, look at me. Oh, you don't see a mic in front of me, do you? This because I'm using the Cinco Mic D2. If you want to have this experience, you should go buy it. It's a great mic. But that kind of crap that's the kind of crap that makes me, I'm constantly like, ooh, am I giving off the wrong vibe here? I don't want to be giving off the wrong vibe. So I love the Sennheiser MKH 50 P48 for booming even more than the 416. TechMed can't leave. I know. I feel you. I got to go though. My buddy's waiting for me. It's 6:30 already. I love you all, guys. Thank you very much for coming out. This has been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of people running through here. And hopefully you guys come back. Cheers, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.